Good morning, everyone. It is ASIC Eric and Pops back on this stuff again. Hopefully for the last time. We were just trying to figure this out. Is this weekend 4 or 5? We've lost count. So, run you where we are. This guy is basically done, except last time when we were cleaning up, I noticed that it's cracked right there. So I think we're going to go ahead and take this thing back here and reinforce that. This guy is fundamentally finished over here, except this little spot right here we didn't see because we had it flipped over the other way. So just a tiny little repair right there. And then this is going to be good times with sanding today. Try and get all this stuff sanded to the appropriate proportions and stuff after all the buildup we did. So that'll be fun. I like this view here though, because you can see exactly what we did. Right, so the existing panel is here, where we sanded it down, and then you can see everything from this point out was rebuilt. Same thing here, as clear. All of this area that you see here is all rebuilt. This whole panel right there, obviously you can see what happened there. Same thing here. So there's a lot of repairs we did on this thing. This thing was a beast. But anyway, that's it. So we're gonna crack into it here. Alright, I didn't get a picture of this before we started on this, but hopefully you can see there how much of that we had to cut out. It was cracked all over the place in there, so we ended up cutting most of it out. So that's our first application there. We'll see how that goes. This guy here, hopefully one and done. We'll see. Pretty good. We only had to build up just a tiny little bit on that one, so I think it'll be okay. So that's it. Let that dry, and then we'll check it out. All right, while that stuff's drying, I'm going to start trying to contour this thing. So this is rather chunky in through here, so it's going to be kind of tough. You can't really see what you're doing here, just try and eyeball it, but do our best here. So we got a whole myriad of different tools to try out here. I bought this kit on Amazon. It's got the spongy disc, and comes with a whole boatload of different sanding discs. Pops has got them over here. These guys. So everything up to 3,000. And then we also got a whole assortment of these dudes, which I think will be really good for getting into the rounded corners. But I'm going to start with a flap disc. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. It's called a flap disc. I forget what these things are called. I'm going to try that just to knock the top off. Anyway, we'll go for it here. Alright, we'll try and get you in there and see if you can see what's going on in there. That disc is taking the material off pretty good. Hang on a sec. So this is going to rough this thing out pretty quick. I slipped back a little bit and hit in here, and it dug way down into this stuff, so this is clearly not as hard as this stuff. So let go, let go. I'm just trying to get this to where this is all one level here and stay away from that edge there. There's still a little high spot or a low spot right there, however you want to look at it. Alright, starting to get there. Alright, I've gone too far right there. That's a fine line. Boom, too far.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to the other disc. This is starting to dig in too much. Yeah. Alright, so we got this guy now here. Now it is important to note that you won't even see this thing when it's done.
This will be covered up by the little lower spoiler, so this really doesn't matter. We're just trying to get the shape approximately right so everything fits together nicely. So, not going for perfection here.
That digs in pretty good. I do say so myself.
Well, that's good.
I might just have
Stuff
to...
30 cents worth already.
Yeah. Now the reason I got this one is because the spongy thing, you can kind of jam it into these corners without digging in. Seems to be working. That's pretty nice.
Very nice.
I'd feather back these edges here a little bit.
Whoops.
Hello.
Lars.
How'd you like that?
Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen. It didn't want to sit down in the chuck very well, so we had to take this apart and realign everything to get it to fit. So we were being careful. We knew that was probably going to happen. So I had 80 on there. We switched to 240 now. This is actually pretty close. I'm not going to do much more here, and then we're going to hand sand it.
Oh, I hate that wee term.
Yep. You're going to have to do some work today, Pops.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the scenery. Nice day.
Whoa. Yeah, you don't want to turn that thing up to high speed. I'm going to try and play that back in slow motion if you could see that. It looks pretty cool here. Yeah, this is probably too fine here.
Too fine?
Yeah. I'm going to switch to something workhorse.
Alright, now we'll see how that thing came out. Take our paint stick backer out of there. Oh, backside's money. I'll get a shot of that in a minute.
Wow.
Yeah. that came out
Almost
good.
like I knew what you were doing there, son.
Almost.
Good.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Very nice.
It's recording, alright. Okay. That's the thick right there.
Huh?
Nothing. Yep, out of camera frame. Turn that off for now. Alright, so that's the back side we were talking about. How nice that came out. On film here. Talking to the camera. Came out pretty good. A little crevasse right there. But overall, that's pretty nice. This side came out pretty good too. I think that's basically done. Pops is making a template over there, so I think we need to maybe thicken this up in through here a little bit. Right across the top there, and then so we'll do one more coat of matte, to fill in these gaps here, and then we'll go ahead and do the mesh over the whole thing and call it done. So it's got a, once Pops is done with the template over there, we'll cut this to the appropriate contour here. It's a little, not quite what that's supposed to look like. And show you this guy. So this came out real good here. I think that's basically done, except for hand sanding. I think contour seems to make a little more sense now. Alright, we took the spoiler and kind of marked the edges here, so we're going to go ahead and trim this back like this. Call that good. We're going to build this up some more here, but I think it's fine. We'll just put some more filler on the top here just to fill in the little gouge right there. And that's it. And then we need to trim all these back to something we think is reasonable. I think I measured 2.5 inches from this edge is where we're going to cut them, but let me go ahead and clean this up first. Alright, what we ended up doing was, again, just laying the spoiler on there and seeing how far it went. We can actually chop off a bit more of this than I had accounted for, so be good. So this is just a little over 2 inches here. I didn't measure it, but it's about 2.5 to there, so it's a little over 2 inches. Alright, everything is cut down here. So we're going to go ahead and put some filler on in some areas. There's a few areas we're going to, like this, it's a little thin in through here, put a little short strand in here, but the rest of it's going to, we're moving on to regular filler now, the Rage Ultra. So yeah, nice. Finally got this thing done. The upper's good. That came out pretty nice. There's a little void right there, so we're just going to squeeze some short strand in there to seal that up. So we're going to do one more round of filler here and call it a day. Alright, we're just about there. So we're just doing body filler now. Just kind of clean things up. This needs a little bit extra work here, but everything else is coming out real nice. Some extreme close-ups there. You can see how this stuff's coming. This one here looks real good. Real happy with this one. So yeah, it's hard to get into these little areas and clean these up, so we're having a little trouble with that, but the rest of it's good. So that's going to do it for today. Sorry, I'm tired. Hot. Had the bunny suit on all day, so I'm burning up here. Keep the fiberglass off me. Anyway, so hopefully, yeah, I'm not even going to say. You know how long it takes to put on filler. It takes as long as it takes, so one more time, 2 more times, 5 more times, whatever it takes. Trying not to get too anal about this stuff, because this is the underside of the valance, which you don't really see much, and then of course the bottom side of it, you really don't see that much at all. But doing our best here, so. Alright, take it easy everybody. See you on the next one.